God is ever sufficient and ever merciful. God is the only person you can count on to make a way when there is none. Whenever you are going through anything in life, God has promised to always be there for you, whatever you need. He is always ready to make way for you as long as you are ready to pray to Him and get Him involved in everything you do. When you go through your problems, God is aware. He is just waiting for you to call on Him, and He is ready to answer your call. God has said you should call on Him whenever you are faced with challenges. God would listen to you, and He would lead you through. But you also need to do things in return. Be steadfast in your worship to God. Improve your communication to God. Talk to God about the little and big things happening in your life. Though God knows everything going on in your life, but you're reporting everything to God is sending a message that you want Him to be in charge of everything. There are forces committed in making sure you fail in your quest for success. They are happy when you have no idea what you are doing. When you involve God, your life becomes set and you find a purpose to your life. Give God full access to perform wonders, because if you do not let Him, He will not, and the blame would be on you for not involving Him. Living a life dedicated to God is very simple and does not require much stress. You can sit back and relax to watch God do His thing. Do not become overconfident to handle challenges by yourself. Of course, God would never stop watching over you because you are part of His child, and God loves all His children. He would just sit and watch you since you think you don't need Him. You forget that the little knowledge in solving those little problems was from God. When you meet a bigger problem you cannot solve, you become too prideful to ask God for help. These are situations that you need God the most, and you are supposed to be praying to Him for help. God performs so many miracles every day in people's lives. It is evident what He has been doing in people's lives, even yours if you are being completely sincere. It is just that sometimes we pretend not to see it, even though it is pretty glaring. Let God into your life and watch Him make a way for you. God does not like people questioning the believers. Who is their God? Because their story ended badly. If you are a believer and you are having a bad story, this is not the end. God will turn your story around, and the people who mocked you will crawl back to ask who your God is, because they would want to serve Him too. The grace is obvious in the way you see believers live their lives. Once you let God handle everything, your life becomes very simple, and things that usually stress you out no longer stress you. Cry to God that you are dependent on Him and Him alone. When you become dependent on other people, they would disappoint you because no human is perfect. Your mind can be at rest that He would show you the way and guide you through. It doesn't matter the time you call upon God, He is ready to respond. The duration for everyone is just different because God waits for the right time to manifest His blessings in people's lives. Calling upon God makes you a true believer. You involve God in everything you do, and God will answer you and show you the way. Just go down on your knees and pray. God will hear your cry and come to your aid. Though the journey before your season of abundance can be frustrating, it is to teach you to be appreciative when you get to your season of abundance. Recognize the magnitude of the blessings in your life. Going through the journey of life is not easy, and even more stressful if you do not have God through your journey. Call on God and submit yourself at His mercy. Put down all your worries before Him. Let Him fight your battles. When you are anxious from all the burdens, it would affect the way you behave even when God opens the door of abundance to you. It is how you solve these problems that would accumulate as experience. These experiences would make it easier for you whenever you go through similar problems. Maintain your communication with God even when you feel you do not need His help. The connection with God is something to preserve. In the end, it is your relationship with God that will save you. When the journey to the season of abundance comes to an end, unlimited favor will open for you. God will shower you with blessings and a lot of success doors will be opened. God has everything to make your story successful. He will always be the King on earth and in heaven. Appreciate everything God has done for you. No man can boldly say that God has not been faithful to him or her. God is always there for His people, and if you make God happy, He would let you in on His plans for you. God is willing to listen to you as much as you are willing to communicate with Him. God has bigger plans for you than you have for yourself. He knows the best time to open doors for each person. God's grace, favor, and blessings are in abundance. Never misuse the privilege, but use these blessings to open new doors for ourselves. Appreciate God's abundant blessings in our lives. God is a God of impossibility, as there is nothing impossible for Him to do. After you have tabled your dreams to God, no matter how much of a believer you are, God will still do it at His time. God has our best interests at heart. God's actions and decisions should never be questioned. He has a reason for doing all He does. You might not understand it yet, but when the time comes, we will understand how much God loves us and how He has saved us from the evil plots of the devil. We cannot see our future. Let God make decisions for us. Pray to God. Submit your requests to Him. He will review them and answer you. Always place your trust in God. Be confident that everything will work itself out. Living is never by our power. It is the power of God. If God can give us such a special gift, then be rest assured that He has something big planned for us. God will make all our dreams possible. Trust God and He will turn up for you. When it is time for your breakthrough, nobody can stop it from happening. God is the only person you can count on to make a way where there is none. Whenever you are going through anything in life, God has promised to always be there for you. He is always ready to make a way for you, as long as you are ready to pray to Him. Get Him involved in everything you do. When you go through trials, God is aware. He is waiting for you to call on Him, and He is ready to answer your call. Be steadfast in your worship to God. Improve your communication with God. Talk to God about both the little and big things in our lives. God is ever ready to listen to you and provide all you need.